And we are live. See, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the show. See, yeah, it's Tony Clark Gunner TV. I know that there's a European League match going on right now, but of course, it's the inferior European League, whatever. So, and somehow, our bitter rivals for that trophy. Of course, Man United playing a draw right now, but you know what? It takes us nothing, Dan, to just talk about that game yesterday. Arsenal on home turf at the carpet. Man City coming to the home, coming down there to just turn us over and mess us up. But see, yeah, I got two guys, yeah, two of my very very good friends, yeah, and they're here to gloat. One is from Manchester United. Uh, you know, this guy, yeah, of course, we met recently, but this guy, our connection, everything, is a very good friend of mine. See, no other person than Traps, booming of JSJ TV. Big ups, my guy. Big
Yes, Tony.
ups.
Yes, Tony. Yes, Tony. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Traps, man. See, man, it's always a pleasure to always have you on the show. Yeah, you're a real person, bro. Much respect to you and all of that. You're welcome to the show, my brother. Of course, I know that a Manchester United match is going on right now, but with the whole respect and the love you got for your brother, still pop into the show. Not many people can, afford to do that, for you. So, big ups, man, and respect back to you, man. See,
No
yeah,
problem. No problem.
guys, I have no other person here than my very close friend too. Onome Sojek. See, yeah, Onome, yeah, is a Manchester City fan. Of course, you guys remember when we had a preview to the Man City matchup. He came down here. He said, "You know what? Man City was gonna, turn over Arsenal, beat us up 3 goals to 1, and you know what? Yeah, to even make the whole situation more sour, this guy went to the Emirates Stadium actually and did a humpa lumpa down there. You know, bruv, no other person, Onome Soldier of Manchester City. See, big ups, my guy. You're welcome to the show.
What up, people? What up, people? Hey, sky's blue. Listen, top of the league. So we can say for now, man. So we can say for now.
Traps. See, I know you want to gloat. I know you wanna, you wanna do all this extraterrestrial shit on on the channel, bruv. But you know what? How did you see that matchup? Yesterday,
Good.
Arsenal, needing a draw to still be, at the top of the table, but we lost track. Just 1-1 in this, in the first half. Pushed Man City backwards. Tried to, catch them up on the break. We shared the possession. We had quite good possession in the first half, and in that second half, it just turned oury. In that second half, so grapes. It became so toxic to the extent, that our game plan thrown out the window. Grealish grilling us in a very, very dangerous way, and of course the beast in human form, Helen Haaland, coming down there to just with a bone to pick and just coming there to just wipe just wipe his ass with Arsenal, bullied our defenders down there. What do you think about the whole shenanigans yesterday? Traps booming. Hit us up, gloat, my brother, gloat.
Tony, I don't know why you've got me down as this guy, man. Like,
He has everyone down as that guy.
I'm genuinely here. I'm genuinely your therapist today, man. I'm here to let you vent, get it all out of your system. And you're going like I'm here to gloat. There's nothing to gloat. Listen, this is what I was trying to tell you about.
Guys, put it in the chat. Just put what you see, yeah. Arsenal fans in the chat, yeah. Put what you feel down in that chat. Just write an epistle what you felt about that match, because we're going to go through everything, every goddamn comment down here today. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to everyone who's here. DWTT, the Kami, big ups to you. Craig AFC 87, big up to you. It looks like Manchester United have just scored a goal. Man, it's horrible, bruv. All our rivals just getting things done apart from Tottenham. See, traps booming. Hit my nation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't think you lot was gonna win anyway. I didn't, and I thought that you lot haven't been playing well for a few games now.
Yeah.
And essentially an own goal. Yeah, own goal. Yeah. So essentially, yeah, you didn't play what you didn't. You for the first half you had chances and you didn't take them. So unfortunately, you were punished, and rightly so, because at the end of the day, this is the business end of the season. This is where them kind of things need them kind of chances. This is where you have to take your chances. I don't think you lot took your chances. I don't think you lot took advantage of what you had in the first half. You should have been maybe 1 or 2 goals up, and that wasn't the case. And as a result, you were punished. And now,
yeah.
I mean, Arsenal fans are looking like it's over, and they're looking very depleted right now. But here's the thing: you lot are still level on points at the top of the league. It's goal difference, and you have a game in hand. So
see traps here. I'll allow you to continue. Of course, you're making sense in everything, but again, you can really sense why the Arsenal faithful, are angry at this time. It's not even really with the beating that we got yesterday, but it's with the whole trajectory. The way the club is going and the manner of our losses. We went into Everton, into a place that we've not won in five seasons. We've not gotten a win, at Goodison Park since 2017, and then we went there, completely fluffed our lines down there at Goodison Park. It also, and mind you, before that weekend when we lost in Goodison Park, we also went to the FA Cup, completely fluffed our lines, allowed Ake score a very, very, crazy goal that day. Coming up after that matchup, again, we drew our matchup against Brentford. Of course, Brentford, okay, they're good, they're okay. But again, it was a draw. It seemed like a loss. And then coming into this Manchester City match, that the players should be riled up and motivated to actually, put an effort and just, get that win. Even if you cannot win that matchup, get at least a draw. Show City that, you have to, you have the motivation and you have what it means to be crown champions, because that's what we're going for. So it's not just that we lost that match that's why Arsenal fans are mad at what happened. It's the way we've suddenly moved from being almost 11 points from on the top of the league to that league just evaporating, just with a snap of fingers. It's crazy, traps. You should feel for the fans, innit?
I mean, I wouldn't. Me personally, like I said, I mean, I've been watching the Premier League since I was 7 years old. And I've never. I mean, there's one time when Jose Mourinho came, and literally Chelsea were top from day one, and they stayed there for the whole season. There's always a twist. There's always a turn. I never expected Arsenal to continue the way they was playing, and to continue to stay at the top of the league in the fashion that they was doing it.
So you expected a drop off, actually?
I expected a drop off, because at the end of the day, it's to be expected. And any Arsenal fan expected Arsenal to continue at this level for the whole season is deluded, right? So there is a drop off, but here's the thing now. The drop off isn't that bad to the point where like you're looking at the situation, you're out of the title race completely. You're out of the top 4, and it's been a complete capitulation. It's not been that. What it's been is that basically that's a penalty. I mean, basically, what it's been is that Arteta now has to go earn his money. he has to now pick the boys up and say, look, you got a game in hand, you're level on points, and at the end of the day, this title is very much in our hands to lose. I mean, I get it. There's no margin for error anymore, but this is what the manager gets paid to do. He gets paid to galvanize his team, to carry on and persevere with the situation that they find themselves in. So, I mean, Arsenal fans can feel a bit downbeat because obviously you was in great form, but like I said, I said I'm a very realistic person. I'm very realistic when I see things, right? And when I look at things, right, Arsenal got handed a very good opportunity in at the start of the season. Yeah. Because if you look at the top 10 teams in the league that usually finish in the top 10, so we're talking Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Leicester City, West Ham, Tottenham, the usual suspects. None of them were playing on form. Not one of them. So Arsenal, what Arsenal had done at the start of the season, it had been. I wouldn't say. I'm not going to turn around and say that it was lucky. What I'm going to turn around and say there was an opportunity handed there, and which they took. But now they have to sort of forget that half of the season. This is the new half of the season now, where you haven't got a margin for error. You've got good players. Your players are good enough. They need to continue with what they're doing, because if you don't, you're just going to have a complete capitulation, and you could end up being fourth this season. Yeah.
See, Onome, are you there with us?
Yes.
Someone said here, BX Guna 81 said here, said, Tony, you got Partey on cam. Somehow your hairstyle looks like Thomas Partey. I don't know. Shout out BX Guna. It says, afternoon, evening, everyone. DWTT. It says, hello, Tony. Parnell on chat room. Of course, my guy, MUFC Global says, big up Tony, Traps, and Onome. Of course, DWTT says, that match, of course, that's every Arsenal fan's reaction. That match was horrible, to the horror show yesterday. Onome will take us through that horror show yesterday. Onome, you were in the matchup yesterday. You were in the build up. As my friend, of course, I will not divulge it, but somehow I knew maybe you were in some box somewhere, but I won't say anything. But
well,
you know what? Yeah. You were in the front lines yesterday. You had this, one-on-one, kind of like first-hand touch, with what was going on the pitch. You had that emotional connection with the field, with your boys, of course, Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, everything. You saw how he rang in those changes. You saw his tactical moves yesterday. You saw him bring off Bernardo Silva, put in an Akonji, a tactical, smart, change that was just there to change up everything. And of course, it paid off. Grealish scored. Of course, the Robist in human form, Erling Haaland, scored a goal yesterday. See, take us through that matchup. You've also heard our big friend of the show here, Chaps Booming. You've heard what he said. Do you key into what he just said? Do you think he's on the right track when it comes to Arsenal Football Club? Kiosk, just bring all these things together and give us a good show.
Yeah. Obviously, I was at the game yesterday, and to be honest, when I was there, when I walked into the stadium, I felt like, oh wow, this is a big game. Do you know what I mean? You could feel that it's a big game. Do you know what I mean? And the support from Arsenal, that they supported their team all the way through and stuff. And the thing with this support is, when you have a stadium full, right, and you're supporting and you're shouting at your team and you're rallying your team on, you got to remember there's another team on the pitch as well who is also taking off that energy as well. So Man City are also taking off that energy as well to say, okay, it's loud over here. Whenever a stadium is loud, both teams enjoy it. Nobody enjoys a quiet stadium. Do you know what I mean? When you're playing a game, that's why COVID was just horrible when people were playing in empty stadiums. But in terms of the game, Pep was genius, right? Pep was genius. We basically played 2 left backs yesterday, right? That's basically what I was seeing. What I mean by 2 left backs is this: when you guys had the ball, because your danger was so much on that right side, right? We had Bernardo Silva as the first left back, who is approaching your right winger to start with, and Ake was overcompensating on the left side. So obviously he's a centre back. It's weird. He's a centre back, but he's more on the left side. So if you go to the other side of the pitch, for example, Diaz never went as far across to the other side to compensate with Kyle Walker. You know what I mean? Because there's not so much danger on that side. It was on this side. So we had basically 2 left backs to really handle situations. Now, what Arsenal failed to do is they failed to take advantage of that situation there, where your right winger was making some very, very good runs inside, but then had nobody going on the outside. There was a point when he ran inside and he took both Bernardo Silva and Nathan Ake and then coming towards Diaz. So he engaged about 3 players and the right side was just empty. Do you know what I mean? So nobody was really taking advantage of that. But in terms of Pep as what he did yesterday, I mean, nobody said, and I kept saying this on your shows. I kept saying it on your shows that it's not going to be that straightforward. Don't conclude like you're reading all the Sky Sports and everything. Arsenal won the league. You are forgetting who is chasing you. Who is chasing you is a Man City team who was chased down Liverpool, who were 12 points ahead, right? Chased down Liverpool, won the league by a point in that season, right? And they know how to do these things. They know when to come on form and stuff like that. It's not a realistic season because you had the World Cup in between the season. It wasn't even halfway point. I remember I kept saying to you, Tony, it's not even halfway. We're not halfway through the season yet. Do you know what I mean? I think it was like maybe 15 games or something. I was like, it's not halfway through. We're not even halfway through the season. You still got to play us twice. And I said, the only time I would literally put my hands up and say, you know what? Okay, it's when you actually play us twice and you beat us twice or you get a result. That game yesterday, you should not be losing that game. If you remember rightly, going back,
we should not be losing that game. Good and
season,
okay. I'll come back to you because I need to shout out people who came to the show, because there's a match going on and we have loyal people who are here in the chats to come watch us. Thunder Road, big ups to you, yeah. It says, hit the thumbs, people. Thunder Road, poo, poo, poo. Guna in the house, Thunder Road. Big ups to you. BX Guna says here, Jesus and that later. And of course, my here too. Chris says here, by everyone distracted, wanting Modric etc. When I said need center, see, go join that guy's channel. Great guy. I'll still come down to the charts there. Big Shlon Ron, he says yeah. Hello, my friend. Hello, Ron. Big up to you, man. Where have you been, bro? Miss you here, man. BX Gunner says, yeah, top 4 and winning the European League will add some more quality in the summer and really compete. See, I agree with this guy. I agree with BX Gunner. And of course, we have Mama Flossie in the house. Mama Flossie, big up to you, yeah? Mama Flossie, you saw what happened to Arsenal yesterday. Shocking. What do you think, Mama Flossie? Here is up. DWTT says here, hello, Traps and Onome. You know, big ups to you guys, yeah. MEFC Global says, yeah, Arsenal can still redeem themselves in the coming games. I do agree. We left you off where you said that Arsenal shouldn't lose that game. So, you know, just continue from there. We'll go into Traps.
These big games amongst the top 2 are more tactical than you could ever imagine. Last season, I feel last season or the season before, home and away against Liverpool, it was 2-2. Right, it got to a point both teams were punching each other, and it got to like the last, I think the last 10 minutes of the game, and they were like, you know what? Take a draw here, mate. We'll just pass the ball. I'll see you another time. We'll fight our battle somewhere else. That is what you're supposed to do in these games. You are not allowed to lose these kind of games. You lose this game to Man City, you give them so much power, so much belief. Not that they needed any belief or power from you, but you give them so much. Right, you give them so much. They've taken so much from you, and don't forget as well, it was at your home. So the next thing that's going to happen now, you're coming to our home. But before then, a lot of things would have transpired in the season. A lot of results would have taken place. I even think in the next 2 games, there's going to be a gap in amongst us, right? In the next 2 games, one of us is going to drop points, right? Now, not being biased, your fixtures in the next 2 games are harder than our fixtures. We've got Nottingham Forest and we've got Bournemouth, right? You've got Aston Villa away and you've got Leicester City away. Now, imagine now you drop points and stuff. That game in hand will not matter anymore. That's why that game yesterday, you're not supposed to lose. You're not allowed to lose. When you go 1-1, change something. Change something. Say, you know what, boys? We're going to sit in for the first 15 minutes. Let's see what they're going to bring at us. Because we needed to win that game. You didn't need to win that game. You needed to just keep us at bay, right? So you know what, boys? Let's sit in a little bit and let's see what they bring to us, right? And then we can judge it after.
Sorry to cut you. I just want to say one thing. I love Casemiro, you know. I love him. That's it, continue.
So you sit in for the first 10 minutes and you say, you know what? Let's sit in a little bit, boys. Let's see what they bring to us. There's no shame. It's almost like Arteta is ashamed sometimes to maybe park the bus or
something like that. Come on, man.
Right?
I agree. There's no shame. Pack the bus a little bit. You don't have to play like Barcelona. Just play like Man City. Sometimes just contain it.
Man City are animals in human form. They are charged up. You are talking, and I'm not talking any kind of animals. I'm talking lions, cheetahs, tigers. You're talking
hyenas.
You know that kind of animals. Like, literally, like Haaland was literally barking up your defenders yesterday.
Oh my God!
He's chasing.
He was literally bullying these defenders. He was bullying these defenders.
Listen. Can I be honest with you?
Yesterday.
Can I be honest with you?
Traps, man. Traps. I'll accept anything. It is hard. No problem.
Don't for 1 second, think that Man City played well last night because
we didn't.
They didn't.
We didn't. We played ugly. We played like a conference team, but we had something to prove and we wanted to win. Haaland was literally like a conference striker, but then when he came to the parts that he does best, he said, Now I'm going to show you I'm not a conference striker. I'm a Premier League world's best. One touch, bang. And it was like, oh, okay. But he done the hard work prior to that.
Guys in the chat who are with us down here, I'm sorry, Onome. Guys who are in the chat down here, Barcelona have just equalized down there. Robert Lewandowski in the 76th minute with an assist from Rafinha. They just scored a goal. So they just cancelled the own goal that Koundé actually scored, over his team. So we have Barcelona at home drawing 2-2 to Manchester United. The game is still ongoing. It's the 77th minute. So Onome, you were saying something, my brother.
Yeah, so it's like those kind of games, right? And if you can see, I remember I said something on your show the day before, and I said we're gonna win 3-1, and I said in-game management is lacking a little bit, and I didn't mean to insult him, or I'm not trying to insult him, not trying to throw a dig at him and stuff. It's almost like you got pulled out of uni early to start the job that he was preparing for, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And Pep goes through different formation, right? Because what you're witnessing now, what you're seeing now is teams are playing against you, and teams are, doubling up on your wingers, doubling up and man marking you and stuff like that. This is what we've been dealing with for years, and we keep finding solutions, right? So it's now your turn to find solutions. For once, I saw Pep literally change his style and did something that it doesn't normally do, where we doubled up. We don't normally double up. If you see when we play Liverpool, it was like you attack, we attack.
Yeah. You guys don't double up. But again, that depends. It's because you have to see. Onome, this is one thing that people are not really understanding. You guys have the personnel to actually execute this project. It's not hard to understand this. Manchester City have the resources, one. They have the personnel, two. And they have a big game manager who could actually turn things around. But Onome, I'll hold you up a bit, Traps, coming to this. You've heard what Onome said. I'll hit that humble pie. He came here and said, we're going to beat you 3-1. That was his prediction. He got it correctly. He went down to the Emirates Stadium. He jumped there, was jumping up down there, and he was just so happy down there, coming up to the show now, rubbing it on our faces down here. There's no shame in that. We accept that. Man City, of course, they're champions for a reason. See, traps booming. Yesterday, when Arsenal lost that matchup yesterday, did you feel like when you saw Pep on that touchline, did you feel like, okay, they had the personnel to actually beat Arsenal? Arsenal haven't done great transfer business. Or did you see a team that did you ever feel like Arsenal could do anything with the kind of players that they had? Because look
I
at the players that
I
came
don't.
off from the bench. They're
I would.
removing the Bernardo Silva. They're bringing in an Akanji who can actually check. And it was a tactical change. It changed the old formation. So these guys can actually change formations right from the bench.
Yeah, no,
Right
I
from
don't.
the
I don't think.
bench.
I don't think that was anything. I would say, if anything, right,
Yeah.
it's just showing you the caliber of management. Because
Hmm.
if you're going to be honest about it, something
Yeah.
on Akanji is not a masterclass. Like Akanji is a very average. He's a good defender. He's an average defender in my opinion, but
Yeah.
he's not someone that's gonna come on and win a game for you, or be the difference between a win and a loss. I think the game was lost between managers. Now Arteta,
Hmm.
I mean Arsenal have been told,
And that's
Arsenal,
key. That's key between managers. That's key.
Arsenal have been people have said many a times that Arsenal only have one way to play, and for me, it rung true yesterday. I mean, a lot of mistakes. I mean, like for instance, Ben White, your £50 million centre back, doesn't play centre back anymore. He plays right back. He's on the bench, and Tomiyasu starts. Tomiyasu makes a mistake, and as a
And
result,
gifts the ball down to Jesus
you go
Christ.
1-0 down.
I
That's
couldn't
not
believe
down.
my eyes yesterday.
That's not down to tactical.
Shocking.
That's down to wrong calls by the manager himself. And at the end of the day,
but everyone. But see,
wait,
yeah,
hold on one second, let me finish, Tony.
but again, the Arsenal faithfuls were calling for a Benjamin White benching. They wanted him to be on the bench. We literally wanted Tomiyasu to come in yesterday. So
Yeah,
the
but
manager gives him a chance, and he go gifts to no other person than Kevin De Bruyne.
yeah, but Tony, that's what I'm trying to say. That's not Tomiyasu's fault. Tomiyasu clearly isn't ready to play at that level. He's not ready to play at that level. In your biggest game, your right back, who's played the majority part of it, who's not even a right back, he was dropped for this game. Now that's a mistake from the manager. The manager, and this is the difference between good managers and great managers is a good manager will develop his team to play a certain style of play, and he will get results out of that. A great manager will look at a team, every individual team, and say to himself, how can I beat this team? I don't think Arteta does that. I think Arteta believes in his style of play, believes in his system, and he just feels that if he rotates the players or picks who he wants to pick, the system will always prevail. That's not the case. And that's the difference between a good manager and a great manager. A great manager will look and be like, how can I beat this team? Okay, I might have to go 5 at the back for this game because I have to stop. I have to stop the wingers. So I might have to go 5 at the back. That's the difference between Pep and Arteta, and that's where the game was won and lost. Because people will say, "Oh, Partey wouldn't have made it." I mean, yeah, Partey wouldn't have made much of a difference. But yeah, having Partey as a starter is a different kettle of fish compared to Jorginho. He is your star. He's a big player for you lot, and missing him was key. And was key.
See, Onome, of course. See, in the chat, of course, Mama Flossie says something here very important. She said, as a neutral, I honestly thought you would win, Tony. As a neutral, I did enjoy the game. Mama Flossie, of course, the first half was an enjoyable one, but in the second half, these guys just came with with a huge stick and just bludgeoned us to oblivion yesterday. Oregon Gooner, he says, Tony. Oregon Gooner, big ups to you, man. He says, Shambles, mate. Shambles, mate. Yeah, exactly. Oregon Gooner. Tayyip Hussein, the legend himself, he says, "Hi, Oregon Guna." Of course, he says, "Hi, Mama Flossie." Mama Flossie says, "Hi, Tayyip." DWTT says, "Yeah, yes, Ateta is too slow to react." I totally agree. Waited until 1-2 score before bringing on Trossard. I completely agree. In fact, see, I'm even, you see, it rubbed me the wrong way not seeing Trossard start that matchup over Martinelli. We'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into that. Says big up everyone in the chart. Oregon Guna. DWTT says City didn't play well. Arsenal was missing Partey and Jesus. I'd rather not play well
I
with
mean,
full squad.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, people like all this. We're missing stuff. This is football, isn't it? Like, there's gonna
This
be
is
times when
football. Thank
you
you.
miss players. There's gonna
Yeah, I
be
don't care
there's gonna
about
be
that.
injuries. There's gonna be stuff.
It is
This
what
is
it is.
football. It happens, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes it happens. But like I said, City didn't particularly play well at all. And for me, a lot. I mean, like it's just I'm just seeing it, right, and I'm just where everyone's sort of not everybody, but Arsenal fans are a bit depleted and they're thinking, oh well, it's over now and whatnot. But it really hasn't. I mean, from going to thinking that they're beating us was basically one hand on the on the trophy to now
Mm,
being level points with City and thinking that the game's over. I mean,
yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to me, but like I said, I've been watching the Premier League since I was 7 years old, and I've never seen. And I mean, even before social media days, where you had
yeah,
Instagrams and things like that, never once would I ever see um, a uh, a title race be over after 15, 16, 17 games. It's not.
yeah,
It's not that. It's not. It's a long. It's a long season, right? And like I said, if you're not, if for me, after 15 games, you start to see a picture. Who is actually going to be
mm,
involved? Who's going to be involved? And like I said, United got involved, then they dropped back out, then they got back involved. United are very much involved now,
Of
right?
course, of
They're
course.
very much
yeah.
involved now. But I said this. I said this. I mean, I've had one touch laugh at me. I've had loads of people laugh at me. But like I said, I've seen this season. I've seen how a season goes for so long, and
Yeah,
even to the point last season, I said, look, Liverpool went and bought Luis Diaz in 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 January. When they bought Luis Diaz, I turned around and I said to myself, do you know what? Klopp is going for the league. Klopp has seen what is going to happen here. He's gone. He needs to strengthen in order to go for the league. I even
yeah,
predicted it on a show that I done last year, and I said I said Liverpool would win the league, but nevertheless, Liverpool did end up catching them. What a save!
yeah.
And as a result, um, yeah, like I said, so the season is a long season. I mean, Liverpool are 14 points behind Man City in January, towards the back end of January last year, and it
Hmm.
went down to the
Hmm.
final day. So it just all it shows me is that Arsenal fans celebrating this early and the stuff that you lot have been doing on social media, it just goes to show you that you lot are so out of sync with how a title race goes that you
Exactly.
genuinely thought that this was your year after a ridiculous amount of games. You know what I mean? It's like at the time when you lot was talking, Leicester City were bottom of the league. People are talking about Leicester City getting relegated,
Yeah,
and it was nonsense. It was like Leicester City are not that bad of a team to the point where they're going to get relegated. They're having a bad run, but they will get there. That's my opinion. Now Leicester City, they're not in no relegation dogfight no more. They're mid-table where you expect them to be. So I think that a lot of people, like for me, like I said, I've always told man, I said to you, look straight. Manchester United, for me, are very much in this title race, and not only that, yeah, I feel
yeah.
like I genuinely feel that Manchester City are not playing well enough, yeah, to blow anyone away from this type to blow it. And I think Arsenal, because of you lot's mentalities and the way things go on, I feel like you lot have got.
Traps. Yeah. Just before I go to on a message, yeah. In one of your, because I was listening to one of your shows on your channel, JSJ TV. Guys, go and subscribe to JSJ TV. That's Traps channel. and you said something. You said, you know what? Yeah, if City is waiting and hoping for one of those runs, let's forget about it. They're not going to have one of those long runs. It's not going to be possible this season. Do you still believe that
100%.
City will
Because
make, will go on this long-awaited run that
no,
people are saying,
no.
they will get to that
Because
run?
the reason why City won't go on that run, right, is because when you look at City of old, right,
Mm, mm,
there was a cycle with City, right, and the cycle was they'll go to a ground, they'll start playing 5 or 10 minutes. So teams will actually go toe to toe with them. Then they'll go 1-0 up. As soon as they go 1-0 up, teams will roll over. They'll lose
mm.
3, 4, 5-0. Yeah. Game after game after game after game. And it happened not last season, but the season before that, to the point where they went 19 games straight wins, and we went to their ground, yeah, and
Yeah.
actually met toe to toe and beat them. So the key difference is between then and now is that City concede goals. They never used to. So
Hmm.
no matter what, you're seeing 3-1s, 2-1s. You know what I mean? You're seeing teams score against City. You're seeing Brentford go to the ground and beat them 2-0 and stuff like that. So I
Of
just
course,
don't think
of course, they've conceded nearly 23 goals this season.
and City have
It's taken in lots of goals.
and City are not used to what's happening with City. They're not used to having a number 9, out and up number 9. He's just scoring a load of goals, but they're also not used to conceding goals. So it's a lot for them to take in. So I don't think with what's going on now, especially obviously the World Cup and the people that most teams have not hit like proper form this season. So for me, I just don't. I feel like City will drop points, Arsenal will continue to drop points, United will drop points. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's whoever gets the chunk of it, winning the chunk of the games from now until, because there's only 15 games left.
Yeah.
There's only
exactly.
15 games left.
16 actually for Arsenal.
Yeah, 16 for Arsenal, but there's 15 games left. So if you look at the running, I've looked at Arsenal.
I know Onome will have a lot to say about this, but finish up.
Yeah, I've looked at the running, and there's a lot of games. There's a few standout games where I don't think that anyone is flying high enough to just blow teams away. 10 games
Blow
on the
teams
bounce.
away, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, yeah. Look at this DWTT's contribution down here. It says Arteta's system involves 11 players playing every match. No one does that. See, Onome, that also takes us to Arsenal's transfer business. See, yeah, it, we all know that Arteta likes, going with this 11 players that he's always had faith in. That's the same team that's dragged him over, won all those marches in the first half. Do you think our transfer window it's what is coming to bite us and haunt us down right now? Or do you think is this managerial mentality of using the same players and having faith in the same players?
The thing
Before
is,
you can also chime in on what our friend here, Traps Bruin, said about your football club, because I know you had a lot in your mind to say, about that,
yeah,
about his assertions anyway.
I'll address the transfer window quickly first. I mean,
Mm.
it was a January transfer window, right? And what you guys need to understand, fans are crying, sign this, sign that, let's sign this, let's sign that. The big teams don't go out there in January and just sign anybody or willy-nilly and come to unbalance your team, especially when you're fighting for the title and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You've got to sign the right players to come in there. You've got to know exactly what you need. Go and sign the right players to come in. Take Liverpool, for example, when they signed Diaz that January. They knew the exact player they needed, right? They had the same energy. When Diaz came, I was like, oh my God, like he's such a Liverpool player. It's unreal. The passion, the shouting, the come on, and you can tell that he fits in, right? So you can't just go and just sign anybody that just comes into your change room. You can't just let people come and use you for a Premier League medal, right? Just because they want to get a Premier League medal, right? You got to sign the right type of players. So no, they can't just go and sign 5 players in January just because your squad depth is not there, right? You need the summer to actually address that problem and stuff, right? So you need the summer transfer window, maybe 1 or 2 players that you needed to sign, maybe 1 or 2 key players, which you did, right? Now, granted, the players that you wanted to sign didn't end up coming, like Modric, for example, didn't end up coming, and Caicedo didn't end up coming and stuff. But you can see that the intention was there. The target of players that they wanted to sign was like Modric and Caicedo, for example, right? And you can say, oh,
Yeah.
those are the right profile of players that they wanted to sign. So they tried. It didn't work out. You don't get, just because you want that player doesn't mean you're going to get that player, right? That's just how it works.
Yeah.
In terms of
Sure.
what my man said about City, right? It's not one of them ones. I think what it is right, everybody's got this expectation, their own expectation. And granted, we do it to ourselves, or the teams do it to us, right? Where the team has spoiled us so much, like Man City has spoiled us so much that, we think, okay, they're going to go on this run. And you don't need to go on a run to win a title. It's 38 games, and it's how you negotiate your way out of that 38 games. There's key fixtures, there's key games, there's key moments of games where you win games. There's key fixtures where, okay, that fixture we can't lose. We need to win, right? There's just key stuff that needs to happen in a season for you to get one over your opponents, for you to get the psychological edge over your opponent, for example. And yesterday was one of those games where you guys did not need to lose that game. We had to win that game, which meant that we was going to come out attacking you guys anyway. You could have done what you normally do, which is the counter-attack system. And so there's I just think like there's a thought process that didn't happen, that you didn't kind of read what was going to happen. Who needed to win the game? Who needed it more? We needed it more, right?
Yeah.
Another psychological battle, another psychological edge, and everyone's go, oh yeah, it's just the FA Cup. We didn't play our strong team. Watch when we play our strong team. Football doesn't work like that. And I said it before. I said, if we play against Timbuktu FC for 10 games in a row, I guarantee you it will not be the same score for 10 games in a row. It will not be the same kind of goals for 10 games in a row. It's always different. Football bounce is different. So what can you say now, for example, right? We played the same strong team, so-called strong team, against your FA Cup team, and we only won 1-0. And everyone's like, oh, this is not even our strong team. Look what we did to Man City. And now we play the strong team, I'll beat them 3-1. That's just how football works. Do you know what I mean? That's just how football works. So we're not expecting to go on no crazy run. We're not expecting to do any of that.
But again,
We're
strong
just
team
plugging
without
along.
a Thomas Partey. Strong team without a Thomas Partey. Strong team
Thomas
without
Partey played in the
Gabriel
first game.
Jesus. Good. No, that was a skim. See, Traps booming, yeah. You just heard what he said, yeah. But of course, Arsenal played with our first team, right? But the first team without Thomas Partey, a first team without Gabriel Jesus. Do you think these two are enough for Arsenal fans to say, you know what, yeah, we actually gave our best, but we didn't play with our complete team? Do you think that kind of
It's not an
excuse?
excuse. It's not an excuse.
I know
because
it's not an excuse, but is
right,
that a valid? Is that a valid point for
no,
someone to say,
No.
you know
no.
what? Yeah, City came to Arsenal, good and okay. They came with their first 11, an 11 that they've always been playing with. No injured players down there. Everyone was down there, but Arsenal were missing Gabriel Jesus and Thomas Partey, who are two of the most important players for Arsenal this season. The whole games that Arsenal have lost this season, Thomas Partey wasn't in it. And even if he was in it, it was sketchy and very questionable. The game against Everton, it was hauled off in that game.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't okay.
that's
It's
listen,
not
but
100.
yeah, but how can
And the
that?
only other match we lost again this season was Manchester United, and he wasn't there. It shows he's a very, very important part of that team, and he was missing. Gabriel Jesus missing too. So I'm not saying that it's an excuse, but I'm just saying, do you think Arsenal really missed these players? That's another thing.
I mean, to be honest with you, um, I don't see it as anything to discuss at the end of the day, because Partey, if he's out, he's out at the end of the day. It's like me sitting there saying to you,
So it had no effect on that team yesterday.
It's like me turning around saying to you lot that we
Big ups has Sport TV. Big ups Blue Cloud Media. My guy from Ghana, America. Big ups to you, man. Yeah.
It's like me saying to you, oh, we lost to you lot with a last-minute scrappy goal from the Nketiah. If we had Casemiro on the pitch, we wouldn't have lost that game.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It is what it is.
Like, it is what it is. We're not going to replay the game and Casemiro's going to be there. It is what it is. You have to find a way to win, especially at the top of the league. If you're trying to go for a league, you have to find a way to win. So sometimes, like, you know what I said? You know what I said today? I said today, right? We're going to Barcelona. I would have, if I woke up this morning, I was Eric Ten Hag.
But you know what? Yeah, Traps. That argument is null and void. You know why? Because before you came to the Emirates, yeah, many people said, you know what, Casemiro isn't there, they're gonna lose that match. That was the general consensus at the time, and it came true. Casemiro wasn't there, and there was no party. So
But
why
Casemiro
can't
has
it?
no
Why
matches
can't
that
it
we've
be
lost.
translated into Arsenal? No party, no.
I'm not
party.
being funny. I'm not
Why
being
can't
funny.
it be like that?
We lost that game because Aaron Wan-Bissaka fell asleep at the back, and that's why we lost that game. That was nothing.
So you don't think if Casemiro was there, it was going to be harder for Arsenal to be able to win those loose balls in the middle of the
If
park
Casemiro's there
that made
or
them
not,
progress to get those kind of goals.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka then falls asleep at the back same way, and we still lose the game. It's as simple as that. Like there's no what ifs or maybes or whatnot, because it's like me saying if Ronaldo was there. If Ronaldo was there, we would have won that game. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't make any difference. Like
no. But no one would talk about Ronaldo because of his form. Just right now, you just clapped up Casemiro. I want us to be very, very fair. See, I'm not bringing excuses, but I want you to be very fair in your analysis.
I am being fair.
I want you to be very fair.
I am being fair.
You just clapped up Casemiro. People were always saying that, you know what, if Man City come in, people were jubilating that Casemiro wasn't coming to the Emirates, and it happened for a reason. If it wasn't for a reason,
but what
people
doesn't
won't be
matter?
happy about that. So why is it that if people are comparing Casemiro's effect to your team, and then you're not looking at Thomas Partey's contribution to the team, and it's of course in hindsight the contributions that he would have made or brought into that Arsenal team that faced Man City.
But hindsight's besides the point. At the end of the day, because like I said, like you have like at the end of the day, I expect my team to compete. Whether the player's injured, like we've had Ericsson gone. Ericsson's left. Ericsson's been injured now, right? I've expected us to continue this in the same fashion. Ericsson or no Ericsson, right? Fred's come in. Fred's been amazing since he's come back. Since he's come back into the team, and that's what I expect. So you lot have got.
But again, you've brought in a great player. You've brought in Sabitzer. Sabitzer is a decent player. He's a good player. Played in the highest leagues.
But you've got him. But how does Sabitzer compare? How does Sabitzer compare to Ericsson?
No, I'm not comparing him, but I'm just saying you have a like for like replacement.
How is Sabitzer a like for like replacement for Ericsson?
Because I rate Sabitzer.
Yeah, but Sabitzer. Listen, this is the difference. Sabitzer hasn't kicked a ball in the Premier League. The Premier League is a completely different animal. You lot have gone and got yourself Jorginho as a backup for Thomas.
No. He's played a game. He's played a game. He's played a game for Man United. Sabitzer has played a game for Man United.
Well yesterday. So what does it matter?
Has played a game for United.
Thomas Partey isn't making Nketiah finish them chances, you know. Thomas Partey is not helping Nketiah to finish them chances. He's not helping it.
And that's why I'm telling you that we're missing Gabriel Jesus.
How many goals has Gabriel Jesus got this season, bro?
It doesn't matter. No, again, you guys are missing the whole conversation here.
How many goals?
It's not about his goals; it's about what he brings to the team.
Listen.
It's about what he brings to the team.
You see all of this, Tony. All of this year. This is
some
sympathy.
It would be
some
completely
sympathy stuff.
Unfair for you to just say that. That Arsenal
lost the game.
We lost it fair and square. It was a good game. Man City, I'm not taking it away from them, but I'm saying that what would that game look like if a Thomas Partey was there in the middle of the
We'll never
park
know.
What,
We'll
to
never
what
mop
would the
up
know.
end
that
game?
midfield.
We'll never
To mop
know.
up that
Tony,
midfield,
Tony,
because when Bernardo Silva was moved into the midfield, the game turned on its head. It changed. And if we had a midfield general like Thomas Partey who was there to cut off those balls, it would have been a different story in hindsight. And of course, Edin Ketia missed nothing less than three chances that he would have just buried, into the back of the net. Who told you that a Gabriel Jesus wouldn't have scored something like that? Or maybe if we had someone like
Tony, you're not being you're being biased now. Yeah, how many times have
how?
you seen Jesus squander chances in front of goal? Yeah,
exactly.
how many times have you seen him squander them chances? And you know what? I'll give you a flip side to that. See them chances that Nketiah scored against us. Jesus don't score them, you know. I hope you know that.
Jesus is not there. It's not there.
No,
He's not
even
there
if
in that position.
and this is where the bias is coming from. It's not about his goals this season. It's about how he creates for the team, how he improves everyone around him. Okay, see, without Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli's game has gone downhill, and that's what he brings to the team.
That sounds like a
Nah,
Martinelli problem to me.
I don't believe that.
Helps
That sounds like a Martinelli problem to me.
Jesus.
I don't believe
No,
that.
no,
Listen,
but who's
at the
that
end of the
guy
day,
who
right?
goes to
At the end
press?
of the day,
It's Gabriel Jesus. Who's that guy that
nah,
drops his shoulder,
nah. Listen, if
runs in
as a football,
circles,
as a
cause
football player,
chaos
yeah.
in the 18
Listen,
yard box? It's Gabriel Jesus. Who's that
as a
guy
football
that
player,
brings
right?
Saka in? It's Gabriel Jesus. Who's that guy that brings in a Martinelli? It's Gabriel Jesus. It's that guy who would hold up play, who would drop his shoulder. See, Edin Ketia isn't doing any of those stuff. He's just a goal poacher. He's just that kind of guy
Yeah, but if
Tony,
that's
that
the
will
ca- yeah,
stand
but
in
if
front.
it,
can I say
Let me
something?
finish. Let me finish.
this is
Let me
crazy, man.
finish before you. Let me finish. Let me finish. He's
It's
just that guy that will
excuses.
poach goals for you, and he's not poaching the goals. He's
It's
not
all
good enough.
excuses.
That's the problem. It's not an excuse.
Yes, of
I'm
course, it's
just
an
saying.
excuse.
I want you to admit
It's a big
that if
excuse.
There's no
if
admitting
Thomas
nothing.
Partey
There's no
or Gabriel
admitting
Jesus
anything.
was there, there'll be some kind of changes in the way that game was played yesterday. That's
There's
what I'm
no
saying.
admitting nothing. I cannot
Tony.
admit something that I'm unsure of. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right, you've got Nketiah. If he's not doing what Jesus is doing, it's up to the manager to
At
play
the
to
end
his
of the
strengths.
day, I played a full
It's up to
strength
the
Man
manager
City
to play
team,
to
right?
his strengths. Play to your
Good,
striker's strengths. If you
good,
don't want to play
good.
to your
But at the
striker's
end of the
strengths
day,
and
I
you lose the
played a
game,
full
it's not
strength
his
Man
fault.
City team. Wait, okay. Do you agree to this from this aspect? Arsenal played a full strength Man City team, but Arsenal did not play with their full strength. Is that assertion correct?
That's
Traps.
an excuse. That's an excuse.
No. Forget
You
and
have a
that's bias.
squad for
No,
a
and that's
reason.
bias.
You have a
See, did you
squad
have
for
any
a reason.
injuries? Did you have any injuries in
You
that
have a
game?
Yeah, but what
Do
does
you
it
John
have
have to
any
Stones.
do
injured
with
Yes, John
anything,
players?
Stones.
Tony?
Yes,
What does it
John
have to do with
Stones.
anything?
Come,
Hold on, hold
but
on.
again,
Yes,
Man
hold
City
on.
have up to
You
four
asked me for an injury. I said
squads.
yes.
You guys
John
are
Stones
cheating,
was
so
injured.
of course,
John Stones was injured. Yes, John Stones was injured. John Stones is in good form, and he would have played that game. So what are you saying about that then? We've been missing John Stones for the last 2-3 games.
see, no
No
one misses
excuses
John
here. Let's
Stones. No
go.
one misses John Stones.
What
If
do you
John
mean?
Stones is not there, you have a Diaz to call. You have an Akonji to call. You
That
have an
sounds like a
Ake to
you
call
problem
in.
to
See,
me.
bro,
That sounds like a
it's
you problem to me.
bullocks. See, you
Exactly.
have
That sounds like
That
a
see,
sounds
you
you
like a you
problem
talk
to me.
problem.
bullocks.
It's a you
No, but
problem, not
Arsenal.
my problem.
See, look at the problem here. Now, Traps, look at the problem here. If Gabriel gets injured right now, do you know who I'm gonna call on to play for me?
Oh no, maybe Rob Holding or something.
Good. Now that name, I've banned that name on this channel. I banned that name on this channel. So that should
Sounds like
tell
a
you
you
how
problem to
crap.
me, Tony.
That should tell you how crap that player is. And that's the one you want me to come, and put in the heart of my defense.
Again,
Is that
a
it?
you
Yeah, but
problem.
who's
You're
that's not.
comparing.
Yeah,
You're
but
comparing a Man City team that have up to 4 teams sitting on
Can
the
I
all
can
right.
I
bench
Well, if
can
that's
and
I
the
are
say
case,
playing
can I
right
say
yeah,
now.
but
something?
if that's the
Those
case, then
guys,
We're just
listen. If
arguing
that's the
here.
case,
Can
no,
I
so
say
listen,
something?
hold on.
put
If
up
that's
three
the case,
teams.
then if that's the case, then
Arsenal don't have
listen,
that
no, listen, no,
luxury.
Tony,
We
Tony,
don't
Tony,
have that
listen,
luxury.
Tony. If that's the case, and you want to go down this road, yeah, don't be after 15 games talking about your team winning the title. Then
Thank
don't do
you.
it.
Thank
Don't do
you.
it.
Be humble.
If that's how
Be
you feel,
humble.
don't do it.
Eat some apple humble pie and just chew and just say, you know what?
Seriously,
God, I thank
No,
you. I
seriously,
appreciate this
but
position we're
I
in.
accept,
don't
I
do it.
Don't come
accept,
with
but
excuses now.
no, it's not an excuse. I'm
It
just saying.
is.
I'm just saying that
Tony,
I've
Tony.
accepted it.
Okay,
I've accepted it.
can I
All
chime in?
I'm just
Can I chime
saying
in?
is that we played a full strength Man City
Can I
team,
chime in? Can I
and
chime
And you
in?
don't,
Arsenal played
and so
without
you
the
should.
full strength.
Can I
Thomas
chime in?
Partey was injured. Gabriel Jesus sidelined. See, bruv, we didn't play that game with our first 11. It's a fact. No, it's a
So,
fact. I have Eddie
no,
Nketiah.
That game with
no,
your
no, no,
Mr.
no,
first
Number
11.
let
9.
him, let him land, let him land. Okay, so you didn't.
No,
So,
no,
so
no.
what you
Is
want?
it no, Traps? Wait. No, Traps. You know what? Yeah, don't get sunk into this Manchester City guy here. He's just here to laugh and rub it all over. But you know
Oh,
what? Yeah, Traps.
sugar.
I do trust you because you're
Man
you,
said we didn't play
you're a
that game
very
with our
truthful
first
guy.
11.
Very very truthful guy.
What?
See, Traps,
He's
Traps,
giving it. This is not my real face. That's what he's giving it.
Traps,
You've seen the meme.
Traps,
This is not my
Traps.
real face. This is my real face. What? You didn't play that game with your first 11. That's what you're saying, bro. Listen.
Traps. Listen, I just need a yes or no answer. On paper, did Man City have anyone that won't be playing in their first team against Arsenal
John
yesterday?
Stones. John Stones.
Okay,
Stones.
good. Okay, good.
I'd say
Good.
John Stones, to be fair.
You say John Stones. Okay, good. Is John Stones that kind of player they can do without?
To be honest with you, this season, yeah, when John Stones ain't played, they haven't played very well. They've
Thank you,
conceded
sir.
goals at the
I
back.
know City
He's probably
haven't been playing well throughout the
he's probably
season.
been their
No,
best
But
defender.
City haven't been playing well throughout the season. They've not hit top gear yet.
Yeah,
This
because
is not
you have
the
to.
best.
Yeah, but
This is
you
not their
know
best
what makes
season at all.
you say that right? You say that right?
No.
You say
Wait,
that
wait.
right? They've
But
had
do they
Diaz
have a
out for
like for
ages.
like? Wait, do
Well,
they
they've
have a
had-
like
listen,
for
they've
like
had
player
Diaz
who
out
would
for
come
ages.
in
They've had
and
Laporte
they
out
won't
for
feel the
ages.
effect of John Stones? Do they
They've
have a
had
like
Diaz
for like?
out. Diaz has just come back. Laporte
I
has
know.
just come back. So
Yeah.
they've had injuries themselves.
Good. They've had, but they did not have in that matchup. But the difference there is that Arsenal have players who could have it had an effect on that game, but they didn't play. It's a yes or no answer.
All right, can I ask you another question?
No,
Can I
it's a direct question.
seriously, can I ask you another question?
Did Arsenal have players who could impact that game yesterday? It's a yes or no answer, Traps.
I'm not asking this question. I'm not asking this question because you know the answer. Because listen, yeah.
No, you don't want to say it.
No,
I don't want to take you as an untruthful person.
All right, listen.
I don't want to take you as an untruthful person. You will lose credibility.
No, listen, yes.
Good. That's all I wanted.
No, but wait.
That's all I wanted.
I'll ask you a
Thanks,
question.
Traps Booming. And you know
I've
what,
asked you a
Traps?
question
You know
now.
what, Traps? You know what?
Can I ask you-
Wait. Let me land. Traps, you know what, yeah? For answering that question correctly, see, yeah? You've just solidified your legacy
Oh my God!
as
This
a
guy.
truthful
I don't know why you
person.
answered
Listen,
that
no,
question.
I'm gonna
You
ask you some questions now.
solidified that legacy
I'm
gonna ask
as
you
a
some
truthful
questions now.
pundit.
He's
But this
doing
other
all
guy
these
down
things
here,
right
of
now.
course, he
Clown
rolls
show.
with the
I'll ask you some
wind.
questions.
He
He's doing that
lies
clown
from
shows.
his teeth.
Can I
He
ask you some questions?
lies
He's
from
doing
his
them
Can I ask
clown
you
shows.
questions? Listen, I'm gonna ask you a question now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many
Yeah.
times you played Man City this season?
Twice.
The first time, how many players did you not have present to play?
It doesn't matter. It was an FA Cup game.
Okay, now it's an FA Cup game. Okay.
No, but it
So,
was an FA Cup
was
game.
Thomas-
We had
listen,
to.
answer me this
No,
question.
but you have to
Was
put
Thomas
things
Partey
into
playing or not?
perspective.
Was
You
Thomas
have to
Partey
put
playing?
things into perspective.
Was
They
Thomas
did not
Partey
play
playing?
because we want to rest players, right?
You wouldn't
And
risk
again,
players.
you never knew. Thomas Partey never played because you never knew if he even had an injury in the first place. And later on, we found out that he had injuries and all that stuff. Yeah, right?
So let me
Even
get
in
this
that
straight.
match, he
Yeah?
was injured.
So let me get this straight. You played Man City twice, right?
Yeah.
One in the cup, one in the league. Yeah.
Yeah.
Partey was present for one of the games, but not present for the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
You lost
Yeah.
both the games. So basically, from my analysis from them two games, is
Gabriel Jesus wasn't in that match either.
all right. Gabriel Jesus was not there in both matches. Yeah,
Odegaard wasn't in that
but listen,
match either.
my analysis from them two matches is that Thomas Partey, yeah, being present in one game or not, you would have lost. But if you played them twice again, with or without Thomas Partey, you would have lost twice, only by one goal if Partey was playing, and 3 if he wasn't. That's the truth.
But again, how can you know that?
Because that's what happened.
How can you know that when? How can you know that when? How can you know that when I'm not playing with my full strength team?
My turn.
You can't say that. You're not God.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Yeah, yeah,
Can I
yeah,
say something? So
yeah, bro.
the game of
It
football,
will be
right?
biased, of
The
course.
ga-
So
no, it's not
someone that
biased.
could no, you
The
couldn't
game of
answer. No,
football.
on a Messi, you lost credibility when you couldn't answer a straightforward question. You brought bias into it. I asked you a straight question. Did you play Arsenal with Arsenal missing two important players? You said excuse. Just it was a yes or no answer.
You had
Man
two players
City
missing.
good. See,
Can
Man
I?
City
Can
were
I?
good on
Can
the
I
day. No
speak?
one is
Can I
taking it
speak?
away from you.
Can I
You
speak?
were good on the day and you beat us.
Can
I
I speak?
accept it. It's
Can I speak?
facts.
Can I
So why
speak?
can't you accept facts too?
Can I
Yeah,
speak?
no,
Right.
talk. Speak, my brother.
You had Thomas Partey missing, and you had
Gabriel
Gabriel Jesus
Jesus.
missing. We had John Stones missing as well. Never in a season are you
But you
going to
know,
have.
but
No,
you
can
know
I
that John
finish?
Stones has a
Can I
like for
land?
like
Can I land? Can I
replacement.
land?
You know.
No,
Yeah, yeah, talk.
that sounds like a you problem to me. That's not my problem. That sounds like a you problem. You need to
No,
sort that out. Let me finish. Let
yeah,
me finish.
yeah,
Let me
I
finish.
know,
Let me
I
land. Let me
know,
land. Let me land. Let me
but
land.
see,
Let me
I don't
land.
have a like for like replacement for
That
Thomas
sounds like a
Partey.
you
Are you
problem.
missing the point here?
Sort your
I
house
don't have
out.
a like for like replacement for Gabriel Jesus in my
Okay,
team.
okay,
Do you
okay.
understand this?
All right, cool. Can I finish? Right. We all got houses, right? We all sit in our houses, right? So my house, for example, I could be using a Hoover
Yeah,
to Hoover the floor, right? My man,
yeah,
you could have a wooden floor, right? You have a broom, right, and a Hoover or whatever.
yeah,
We could have the normal broom that we used to. We have different choices and different options, right? So I can't now
yeah.
complain and go, oh yeah, but your carpet's always clean because you have a Hoover. It was like, well, that sounds like a you problem to me. That's not my problem. I have got a Hoover. That's my problem. That's my own stuff, right? But what I'm
True,
going to
true,
say,
true. You have to admit that.
the
Yeah,
point I
true.
want to make is this. The point I want to make is this, right? Never in a season, when you go in a season, right, you start pre-season and stuff, right? Never
Mm,
in a season do you have, and some very rarely in a season do you have all 25 players available to you at your beck and call when you need them. There's always injuries, right? Every game, someone picks up something. There's an illness, there's COVID that hit before. Oh, he tested
mm,
positive and stuff like that. It affects in different ways. There was a season when Liverpool was missing Van Dijk the whole season. Man City won the league. There was a season when we was missing Laporte almost all the season. De Bruyne actually almost all the season. I think Liverpool won the league. That's you just don't have it as perfect as you
but
want it to
again,
be. My point
this
is,
season, Liverpool have had injuries to most of their most important players, and of course, their season has gone downhill. They are
I'm not
playing
talking about
without
that.
Van Dijk this season,
I'm not
and
talking
look
about
at
no
what's
no
happening
no
to
no
the
no no
defense.
no
Their
no no
defenders are twerking right in
no
our faces. They're losing
no
points, and they're
no.
mid-table right now, in
Stop giving
10th,
stop giving them
languishing.
excuse. Oh,
See,
bro,
see. No,
bro.
it's not about an excuse. I'm
Let
just
me land.
saying.
I've not finished my point. Right? You
Yeah,
touched on Liverpool
continue,
just
man.
now,
Yeah.
right? Stop giving Liverpool excuses because Liverpool had Van Dijk prior to the World Cup. Van Dijk was saving himself for the World Cup. He went to the World Cup. After the World Cup was when he got injured. So please don't give Liverpool any excuses or injuries or anything like
No,
that.
it's not an
They had
excuse,
They
but
had Van Dijk.
I'm
Stop
just
saying
saying, but they're
they're playing
better off
without
with
Van
Van
Dijk.
Dijk, right?
No,
But they're
stop saying
better
they're
off
playing
with Van
without Van
Dijk,
Dijk.
right?
No, I'm just saying stop saying they play without Van Dijk. My point to you is this, Tony, right? My man said it earlier on, right?
Yeah.
If you know that your squad depth is not good enough, if you know that you don't have a like-for-like replacement and you have Rob Holding to come in for this or to come in for that,
Yeah.
why didn't you, and there's so many shows on here when you've been gloating, why didn't you eat your humble Audi or Asda pie with custard and just chill and just say, let me see how the season goes? Because that's what I've been doing on your show. I've been reminding you and letting you know that, listen, it's a long way to go, Tony. There's still a lot of twists and turns to happen, this, that, and the
True.
other. And you kept telling me, Man City not playing well. You're never gonna put up a run. We don't need to put up a run, right? You're gonna lose points. We're gonna lose points. It's how you negotiate your way after 38 games. That's all that matters. That's what matters. It's a 38-game season, and that's why they always say. That's why people always say, I prefer to win the league than the Champions League, where it's over 13 games and stuff, because this is your bread and butter. This is the nitty-gritty. My thing to you is this. This is not the time for you guys to point fingers and go, is his fault? He's not playing or he's not playing well. Just get behind the boys. Enjoy the ride, right? These guys are taking you guys on the journey. How did you feel last season when you missed out on Champions League on the last day to Tottenham? That's not going to happen this season. You've progressed. You're going to be back in the Champions League this season. You're going to have the likes of Real Madrid coming to your home. You're going to have these teams coming to your home ground again. That's something to be excited about. These players have made huge progress from last season The same players have made huge progress. What you need to understand is your squad are growing together. These young players are growing together. Your wingers are 2021. They are growing together. They're going to get even more experience. They're going to get even more used to playing all these games together. By the time they hit 24, 23s, 24, 25s, mate, you might have a freaking super team because they're growing together. Man City team that you're talking about, it wasn't just built in one day. Bernardo Silva's been there for what, 5, 6 years. Kevin De Bruyne, 7 years. Gundogan, 7 years. Kevin De Bruyne, 8 years. Gundogan, 7 years. Rodri's been there for like 3 years now. Laporte's been there for 4 years. John Stones has been there for 5, 6 years. Kyle Walker, how long has he been there? Do you know what I mean? Ederson, how long has he been there? But we got these players, they've been there for a long time, and they're all gelling and they're progressing together, right? Give your squad the time and don't batter these guys and they're bottling it. I don't want to see no nonsense about Arsenal bottling. They're not bottling nothing. The target was top 4. Your chairman was right when he come out and say the target was top 4. We are on track. We are on target. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. At the beginning of the season, Tony,
thanks for that emotional and heart-to-heart talk. That was a good one.
We're trying to heal you here, mate. We're trying to heal you. You're broken. We're trying to lift you back
yeah,
up.
Yeah,
Give you
Listen,
motivation.
can I just
sure.
Can I just take over?
Yeah, Traps, come in, man.
Your fan base,
Therapy two. Take over.
Your fan base, is very toxic. Your fan base.
Onome hitting me where it hurts.
Your fan base is very toxic, Tony, because at the end of the day, right? Yeah, what you lot is just like you said, you lot go into this cycle of watch next season. Then it'd be Arteta out, then Arteta win some games. Arteta in. This player is great, that player is great. Making songs for every player, posting memes, attacking everyone's teams. This team's rubbish, that team's rubbish. We're top of the league. Now it's all come down. It's not even come crashing down. It's just a reality check. A reality check. That's all it is. Just a reality check. It's not like you can. It's just a reality check now. And now everyone say, why you'll come to gloat. This you deserve it. Everything that you lot, you reap what you sow. Yeah, and you lot have spent the whole season trying to downplay everybody else, like you lot are gonna walk through this league like this league is a farmers' league. That's what you thought. And now, as a result, now you lot are feeling the pressure. But like I said, if you lot don't come away with the Premier League this season, I don't think Arteta's job can be taken from him, because at the end of the day, his objective at the start of the season was to finish fourth. So if he finishes third,
let's get that shmoney's.
So as long as he's finishing it within the, unless he finishes fifth, I don't think you lot can have anything to complain about. Anything whatsoever to complain about. But the problem that you have is that you're talking about, you're making excuses for players. Martinelli hasn't been on it. It's not because of Jesus, because last season Martinelli was on it. Jesus wasn't there. So for me, the thing with Jesus, the thing I'm looking at with Martinelli is, in the January transfer window, you lot are looking for somebody like Mudryk who's going to play in that position that he plays. And he feels threatened. The manager has put him under his wing and said, you know what? I trust you. We're going to go to the end of the season with you. No, you've got Trossard in there. And now you see what's happening. Martinelli off, Trossard on. And it's only a matter of time before Trossard starts. Martinelli's on the bench. Because you're not going to drop Saka. You're never in the middle. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whose pocket Saka gets in. You lot are not dropping him. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
So
Sure.
For me, Martinelli might feel to himself that I'm losing my place here. Like, he might feel threatened in that sense. Jesus might come back into the team. I don't know what you lot are expecting. Jesus has been out since November. It is now February. He's still not back. It's the middle of February now. So when we get to he might come back the end of February, early March time. That is what, 4 months he's been out for. Nearly 4 months he's been out for. Do you think you are getting back the same Jesus that you had at the start of the season? You might not see that Jesus until the start of next season. Or you might not see him till the end of this season.
That's if, but, and when now, right?
It's not if buts.
No. But it's if buts and when, right?
It's not if buts or maybes. It's facts. Because at the end of the day,
Come
when
back
you
from,
lack
come back from a serious injury, knee injury for 3 months.
he's coming from a serious injury. Match fitness is a very important part. He hasn't played for 4 months, so for him to be match fit, he's gonna need a run of games. He's gonna need 2, 3, 4, 5 games. He's gonna need that. So you can't expect Jesus to get the best out of Jesus from the minute he comes on the pitch. You can't expect that.
No. But again, see, yeah, my team is not really that kind of team that actually puts pressure on Gabriel Jesus, because it cannot. See, with the
You are
kind
putting
of
pressure
way.
on him.
No, I know, but with the way he plays, yeah, we don't have to put pressure on him to score goals. We can only put pressure on him to do what he's been doing for the team this season, which is create, cause confusion, cause chaos among opposing defenders, cause problems, create chaos, open up spaces for players like Saka to come in and Martinelli to come into their games. Just do things like that. And of course, with Trossard and with the way he's playing, if he keeps doing that, Trossard will have his way. Trossard will have his way. With all these defenders, he will have his way. So Gabriel Jesus doesn't have to come back and start banking goals. Just do what you've been doing all season. Take players along with you. Open up spaces.
Breaking
That's
news.
all he needs to do.
Breaking news, by the way. Qatari investors have put a bid in for Manchester United.
Ooh. Guys, shit is about to go down, man.
Yeah, investors linked to Qatari royal family will make a bid to buy Manchester United tomorrow. Bid also expected from Jim Ratcliffe and other investors from Saudi Arabia with the Rain Group. So tomorrow, yeah, we will see. But I'm letting you lot know this from now. The day Manchester United get purchased, it's long for everybody in the Premier League.
Wait. But isn't it hypocrisy? Yeah. The Manchester United fans and of course lovers everywhere, I've been carrying placards that they want to take back their football club. And then, trying to push the Glazers out. Ooh, by the way, I've spent lots of money for your football club.
They haven't spent a penny.
Are you serious? Should we go through the transfers that have come into your football
club?
Them
transfers are money
for the past 4 or 5 seasons?
Yes, those transfers.
Cavani has come into your club. Ibrahimovic came to your club. Ronaldo, your legend, came back to your football club.
Them transfers are money from the club, not from the Glazers. That's the money that the club generates, not the Glazers.
Tony, you just mentioned 3 pensioners, by the way.
No. I was just giving them a taste of the people that have, come into the football club. Sanchez was a big signing who came into the club. Of course, you want me to give you more of them? Lukaku came in for big money. Lukaku came in for big money. No.
Tony, why are we going down this road?
No. You just said that the Glazers haven't spent money.
It's not the Glazers' money.
They have. They've opened.
It's the club's money.
They've opened the purses.
It's the club's money.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they don't sign off on that.
Of course it matters.
It doesn't matter if they don't sign off on it.
Tony,
they won't buy the players.
Tony, you're being ridiculous. Stop being ridiculous.
No. See, it's sacrilegious for you to say that the Glazers never spent any money for Manchester United. You guys bought players. They signed off on that. You guys brought in players.
Yeah. So who paid for the players?
For me, it doesn't matter. Because if
it
doesn't matter because if they did not sign off on it, it won't come.
How can it not matter?
It won't matter at all.
How can it not matter? If you're saying the Glazers have spent money,
what if they're like Levy that controls everything and says, you know what, yeah,
so if we
generate lots of money, but I'm not gonna make sure that we get the signing. We can't get the sign. We can't.
If I
said we're gonna give you this,
Tony,
so if the Glazers were like that, what would have happened?
If I send you to the shop to go and buy me a pair of trainers, and you come back with them pair of trainers, yeah, and basically give me this pair of trainers. You'll give me this pair. Whose money is it? Is it your money? You went to the shop. Is it yours?
See, at the end of the day, no matter how you want to spin this, yeah, the Glazers. I'm not saying their management style was.
They have spent no money. Tony, they spent no money, bro. Come on, man.
Tony's frozen. His internet's gone. Oh, it's back.
No,
Tony,
no,
Tony,
no. See,
let me
yeah,
ask you a
see,
question. Let me ask you a
see.
question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Would you be happy, right, at the end of the season?
It's not about would you be happy. See, the players come
Dylan,
in.
Dylan,
The players come in
Dylan,
for Man United. It's not about no, no,
Dylan,
no, no, no. It's not about because I know
I'm your
you wanna
therapist.
spin this
I
thing.
am your therapist.
See,
I am your
see,
therapist.
the players come
Let
in for
me,
Manchester United
let
under
me
Glazers when they're
therapy you.
crying out for signings. When they're
Let me
crying out.
ther- I am your
See, they brought in
therapist tonight. Let
Pogba.
me
Pogba
therapy
came into the
you.
football club. What are you talking about? Signings came
Let
into that
me
football club. What are you saying?
let me therapy Lily you. I'm your therapist, right? Take a
Yeah, you
deep
can say
breath.
whatever you want, my brother.
Take a deep breath. Let me hear you go. Just breathe and relax, right? We're giving you therapists here, right?
See,
Would you be
I just
happy?
find
Would
it,
you be
see,
happy?
Traps and Onome, I find it hypocritical that Manchester United, as a football club, that were and their fan base, that were crying out that they needed, they had to take back their club, all those, all that stuff, all that bullocks. And now everyone is twerking for Qatari family, guys who are
Fam,
coming
ready to take back your club.
to
Do
come
you know
and
how
bid for the
much?
football club,
It's a lot
dancing
of
and
money for
twerking
them. They
online
can't. The fans
everywhere,
can't do that.
putting their pants
How
down and just doing all this
there's no point in
ridiculous
having this
stuff and
conversation
posting all
because
this
how do
ridiculous
the fans take
memes
back
on
their club?
everywhere. I find it
Tony,
hypocritical. And right
Tony,
now you're
the
dancing and
fans.
twerking right on a show, dancing and twerking for Qatari owner to come and take up your club. Where, bro? Where's all the Herner? Where is your Herner?
Bro,
where
Tony,
the
hey
fans have
Tony,
I
you
want
know
my
left.
what?
club
Tony,
back.
shall I be real with you? Yeah, shall I be real with you? I feel like you're just rattled. Yeah, Arsenal's a mess. Yeah, Arsenal's a
I
mess,
know.
and you're just trying to deflect everything onto
Yeah.
everyone else.
He's
Forget
trying to
all of that.
deflect.
Yeah,
He's
because
trying to get
listen,
out
like
to
I tell I
people,
said
man.
to you, yeah, not only, not
Where's all the
only,
Herner? You were saying you
not
wanted
only,
to take back your club. So
This is how bad it is, yeah.
listen.
This is how bad it
Do,
is, yeah. Tony will not be talking about these topics, yeah, if Arsenal won yesterday, He will not be
exactly,
talking about these topics.
exactly,
He's just deflecting
exactly,
and talking about so much
exactly,
shit out of his mouth.
exactly.
He will not be talking about it.
You know what I
He will
want?
be he will be telling you the color of the jersey. He will be telling you what the pitch looked like. He will be telling you the grass was green. But then when you get to the goal line, the grass was a little bit greener. And then when you get to the
Do you know
net,
what I
it was
want?
it was
Do
it was
you know what? Do you know what I want? Do you know
go
what I
on.
want? I want
Go on.
when the Qataris take over, I want them to make their primary target Bukayo Saka. Yeah, but that's the first purchase I want. Bukayo
What you
Saka.
talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? You keep your hands off him. He ain't your play.
yeah, great.
If he's coming to Manchester, he going to the other half of Manchester, mate.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you now, yeah. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Listen, because Man City better forget it now. Yeah,
The better forget it now,
they better
right?
forget it now.
Yeah, man. And I heard that Qatari family is, man. I heard that family is serious money, man. I heard that family is in serious bruv. Like, it's the cream de la cream, bruv, that are coming, in for Manchester United. But anyway, good luck to you guys. You've been crying out that you needed your club back, and you get a Qatari owner now, and everyone is twerking. Memes are coming out. For
Hey,
me,
Tony, you would know what twerking is, innit? Modric twerked for you for a long time and you still didn't get him.
You've been twerking for the Premier League for the last 5 months. For the last
come, man.
5 months,
At least I'm twerking for
non-stop
something. I'm
twerking,
twerking for
non-stop.
glory, bro.
Shots
I'm
fired.
bro.
Ouch.
I'm twerking for
Twerking for
glory,
the
yeah.
Premier League for the last 5 months. What
Yeah,
was the end of that
yeah, but
sentence?
I'm
They didn't
twerking
get
for
it in the end,
glory.
or did they get it?
Listen.
I'm twerking for glory.
Hey,
What are
listen,
you saying?
you've been
What's the end of the
listen,
sentence?
you've been talking so much, yeah.
Tony, let me
There may
finish.
as well be a pole behind you. There may as well be a pole behind you. Yeah,
Ooh.
You for 5 straight months, yeah, 5 whole months.
Look at
Yeah,
Honor, man.
And where they live now?
Look at Honor, man.
My guy, where
look
they live
look
now?
at
Where they
this
live
guy.
now?
It's
Are they still
ridiculous.
top? Are they still top?
and now you're
Ridiculous.
second.
They got
Second, You're second, and you're stressed out. Second,
No, I
talking
won't
about
lie.
talking about Jesus and party and please and why this happened.
Their
Listen,
fans,
yeah.
their fans
No, no,
coming
no,
on there.
no,
Listen,
no,
Saying
no,
that
listen,
no,
party.
no, no,
listen,
no,
listen,
no, no,
listen,
no. I
listen,
made it.
listen.
No, no,
For
no,
one,
no, no,
yeah.
no, no,
For
no,
one,
no, no,
for one,
no, no,
for one.
no.
Listen,
Wait,
yeah.
wait, traps. Let's don't derail from what happened on the show. I said I've taken an humble pie. Man City beat me fair and square. There is no excuse in that. We were beaten, but I was just saying, I was just asking a question. Like, hey, do you agree that if Thomas Partey was there, at least there will be some? I'm not saying we wouldn't have lost the game. We could have still lost. But all I'm saying is that do you agree that if Thomas Partey was there, at
Can
least
I answer the question?
there would have been a change?
Can
Do
I
you
answer the question?
agree that if Gabriel Jesus was there, that at least there will be something we could do
Can
to
I answer
at
the
least
question?
put these guys, ruffle them up in a different way?
Can I answer
Well,
the question?
you got.
Can I
Yeah,
answer the question?
yeah.
For the sake of this therapy session, both therapists over here agree to your point that if Gabriel
No,
Jesus
no,
was
no, Onome,
playing
you have no
and
glory in that. No, no, no. It was
and
Traps.
and
Traps is the most honorable one. Don't attach yourself to
Yeah, but
that
listen, yeah,
glory.
but listen,
No,
listen,
no,
listen,
no, no.
listen,
for
listen,
Traps
the
was the
sake of
listen.
this
Yeah,
honorable one.
listen,
He
for the
listen,
sake
accepted
of this
that
session,
fact,
listen,
and
listen.
I don't give it to you.
This is all. This is all. Listen, look, this is all well and good, yeah. But you just remember this: there's still one more game to play, and
Onome,
by then,
you,
Jesus and Partey should be back. So
don't
you'll
Onome,
worry,
be
you
able to see
better
what
win the
happens.
league. If you
we'll
don't win
talk
this
again.
league,
We'll talk
hey,
again.
if you don't win this league, bro, I'm chopping you. I'm chopping
We
your lots, bro.
we've got nothing to
Chopping you
prove
guys.
to
Chopping
you.
you guys.
We are 4 out of 5. We've got nothing to prove to you or to anyone. The only reason why we want to win this league is for the likes of Haaland, right? The likes of the new players that haven't won the league before to actually get a taste of why they came to Man City. You come into
Traps,
this team to come and
you're
win.
here, and this
We've got nothing to prove to you, son.
and this
Nothing
inferior
to prove.
Manchester guys are coming and stepping up to you. Look, 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 look. See, your
Listen, do you know what?
rivals.
Listen,
Your rivals.
I'm in
See,
a different. Listen,
your
I'm in a different
rivals.
space right
You
now.
He's in a different space. He's
Because
got
you have to
Qatari on
remember,
his
listen,
mind.
you're in a different space because right
uh,
now, yeah,
instead
listen,
of you to team up with me and get this
why would I team up
Man
with
City
you?
guy off,
Why would I
but
team up with you?
but but
Listen,
Tony,
what you
instead
actually listen,
Tony,
I'm in a
you're
different
sucking
space
hard.
up
right now.
to this
Listen,
Man
hard to
City
team up.
guy,
I'm in a different
who's
You're not
winning all the
humble.
trophies.
listen,
You're not
I'm in a
humble.
different
It's
space.
hard to team up with you. You're not humble with it. Oh, he's gone. Tony,
It's
it's
gone.
hard to team. It's hard to team up with you, man. Tony, you know what is yeah. You know what is yeah. If you've been humble with it, yeah. If you've been humble with it, I would come and I would be like, fair play. But you've not been humble. You've been on my case, bro. You've been on my case, texting me, telling me, you lost to this, Brentford beat you up. Brentford battered you
Welcome
up.
back, Traps,
Brentford
man.
did this to
I
you.
don't know what happened.
Everton battered you up. Brentford beat you up. You're not the same Man City. You've been on my case, bro. So for once, yes, I'm going to smile and laugh and let me enjoy a little bit so I can be peaceful and you can be worried. Let me
Can
ask. Tony
I,
normally does live shows and follow-up shows. What do you call them? Watch-alongs. Where was Tony yesterday?
exactly.
I didn't see him. He
Listen,
knew I was
the
coming.
last time I was on Tony's show, yeah, the last time I was on Tony's show, One Touch said to me, "Are you going to win the league?" I said, I gave him an answer. He laughed at me. I haven't seen this man since. The other day he said, come on his show. Yeah, he said, come on his show. He sent me the YouTube link to watch his show. Yeah, not to go on his show, to
Not
watch
to go
it.
on the show, right?
Yeah, to watch it.
That's what he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not here. Listen, as I said, because Tony turns around and says to me that I'm here to gloat or to do. I'm here to give my honest opinion, yeah, and what I actually think.
No. You always do give an honest opinion like that, and of course that's why I like your person, and that's why you're a regular here. So of
So,
course I do respect what you bring to the table.
so you see, like when I sit there and I say to the people stuff, I'm not saying it because I'm hoping. It's because I've done my analysis and I've seen the situation for what it is. And like I turned around and said there, my situation is different. We got a cup final in 10 days time or so. Yeah, not even that. Yeah, 10 days time. We got a cup final to play. We win that cup, that eases the pressure. But that's the beginning.
By the way, are you confident of winning that cup against Newcastle?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, the way we are playing at this present moment, and Newcastle haven't been playing very particularly well of late. I think
fancy your chances, right?
I do fancy my chances. Yeah, I do fancy my chances. And like I said, we've just gone away to the new camp, drawn 2-2. I said I'd take a draw there anyway. If it was goal difference, still, if we'd have definitely gone through by now because they would have had to have come and beat us at Old Trafford. However, that's not the case right now. But
Of course, in at Old Trafford, of course, they're gonna come out. It's gonna be all guns blazing, right? Because that matchup has the whole hallmarks of lots of goals, spelt all around it. There'll be
yeah,
goals in
but
that match.
we've got a
It's
good
just what
record.
it is.
We've got a good record at home, and like I said, Barcelona haven't been beat in 16 games. And like I said, you have to remember why Barcelona was here in the first place, because their performances against other teams in Europe haven't been that great. That's why they end up
Yeah.
in Europa League in the first place. So for us, I don't believe we should be in the Europa League, but nevertheless, last season, that's the reason why we're here. So I feel like if them coming back to us, we have the advantage of home advantage, obviously, and we can get the job done and go on. And I feel like if we do overcome Barcelona, then we do. I feel like we effectively will win this tournament. That's
Win
what I
that
think.
tournament, right?
That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Yeah.
But
Onome, please, because we have to round up the show, man. This was a 1 hour 30 minute, bro. This show, man. I love this show, man. This was a cool one.
Yeah,
See,
this is a good one.
Onome, what's your next matchup? Are you playing on Sunday or are you playing on Saturday? Who's next in line,
We're
and
playing.
what do you think?
I think your kickoff at 12:30. I think we're playing. I think we're playing on Saturday as well. I'm not too sure. I haven't checked the fixtures, but we're playing. I think we're playing. Bournemouth, not Nottingham Forest away.
Nottingham Forest. Okay.
Nottingham Forest.
That's a
So
decent one.
to be fair, it should be a straightforward win the next two games for us. Not because they're easy team, but because of the confidence that we've taken from this game and the
From
belief
the Arsenal game,
belief that we're taking from this Arsenal game, where for the first time we had only 36% possession and we still won the game, the lowest Pep has ever had. And to be honest with you, watching the game yesterday, when I was watching the game in the stadium, I didn't even feel like we didn't have that much possession. It didn't look like you battered us possession wise and stuff. It was more like we have a lot of, we had a lot of passage of plays and we had a lot of, sequences and stuff and a lot of, opportunities and stuff like. So it didn't look like you battered us per se. But when I saw 36, I was like, oh wow, okay, maybe you did kind of batter us a little bit. So to know that we was able to win that game, playing dirty and playing ugly, like I said, Haaland yesterday, watching him was was amazing. If you want to see a player that is on 300 and something thousand run around and play like a conference striker, and when I say a conference striker, I mean the big man that is horrible, that is flinging his arm everywhere, that is chasing lost causes. Saliba's taking one touch, Haaland is there in front of him, spinning him round and getting that penalty that was offside and stuff. He was a nuisance. He was just literally just everywhere. And then he showed that class, that world-class quality that a conference striker wouldn't have. The touch for the goal was just like touch, bang, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what Haaland does, right? So to watch us play like that, it was actually genuine. I was actually very happy yesterday to not play Rico Lewis, right? Love the kid, amazing. He's done very, very well. But in these kind of games, and this is the thing I'm talking about, in these kind of games, Pep knows how to win. He's got to go back to, he's got to get the reliables in there, the senior players in there. Diaz coming back in defense now. That should be Diaz now for the rest of the season and continue for the rest of the season now, right? So for me, tactically, we got it spot on yesterday. And I feel like Arteta failed in terms of tactics, in terms of in-game management. He failed a little bit to change stuff. I didn't think Martinelli should have started yesterday. I thought Trossard should have started because Trossard has a confidence.
Big up the assembled. Welcome to the show, the assembled. Yeah.
Trossard has a confidence that is going through him right now. He scored in the last game. He came on and scored, and he's been playing very well. You give him that chance in a big game.
You give him that chance. Traps, cut in because you wanted to say something, so we don't allow that train of thought go away. Yeah.
You know what's funny, yeah?
Tell me.
Imagine yesterday I messaged Tony, yeah. So this is what Tony does to me. Tony likes to message me when we draw games and stuff, yeah. He messaged me. You know what he turned around and said to me yesterday? Oh, you better beat Barcelona.
What?
Barcelona playing the Premier League?
What's that got to do with the price of bread?
Tony, you know what it is, yeah? You are rattled, yeah.
Was that before or after the game? Was that before or after the game in text you?
That was after the game.
After the game, bruh. What's that
He
got to
said
do
we
with the
should
price
we
of bread?
better beat Barcelona. And I tried to explain to him this is 2 legs. I'm happy for a draw. A draw.
BWTT, the assembled BX Gunner. You see what I'm going through. This is what I'm going through.
We are giving you therapy. We are
This is what I'm
bringing you
going through,
back
guys.
so that Tony.
Nah,
When
you
you
know what? I'm
Tony,
not giving him therapy
Tony,
no more, man. He doesn't appreciate it, man.
I'm
So
giving him therapy. I've got to give him therapy, man. Tony, I need you, man. I need you back. I need you back to your normal self. I need you to galvanize it and come strong again, man. You can do it,
Oh
Tony.
my
You can do
God.
it. I
Are you
believe
guys
in you, Tony.
serious?
Tony, I
These
believe
guys
in you,
are
sir.
rubbing it in, guys.
This is a
unbelievable.
good show. I like a humble Tony. I like a humble Tony. A humble Tony is fun. A braggy Tony? Have you guys in the chat? Have you seen a braggy Tony? Have you seen Tony brag? When Tony wants to talk about your team, I've heard Tony say stuff like this. Tony would say, Gavalao. How do you pronounce his name?
Vadio.
Gvadio, right? The defender. Tony came on this show and Arsenal was top, and Tony was like, Chelsea, do you want to have a... He just got turned and twisted. His beard is shaped up wrong. His this is that. Why would you want him at your club? Meanwhile, the person that did that to that poor little young defender was Messi, by the way. And Tony was going in on him. Do you know what I mean? So Tony, just a little bit of humbleness. I really like this you, and I hope and pray that this continues and you continue to stay second so you can be humble. We love a humble Tony.
God.
Like and subscribe
Really?
for humble Tony, man. Let's give it
Oh
up for
my
humble
God.
Tony. We
I
love
can't
it,
wait.
man.
I can't
He's
wait
my
to get my
brother.
gimme in hand. Let
He's
me
my
just,
brother.
leapfrog you guys with my
Hey, but
gimme in
listen,
hand.
yeah,
No,
listen,
man.
Tony,
Yeah.
Tony,
Yeah.
Tony, listen. I want you to say it for you, for all of the guys watching the channel.
Yeah,
and whatnot,
DWTT. Good night, my brother, man.
Good night,
DWTT.
good night,
Deji
good
is
night.
coming tomorrow. DWTT is coming tomorrow, 7 p.m. Come and hear the Totia multiple guy. Have a nickel with me tomorrow. Yeah, Trap Booming, you were saying something.
Listen, yeah, 12:30 kickoff. The good evening, yeah. 12:30 kickoff is the good evening, yeah.
I'll be having a watch
Good,
along. Yeah,
good evening.
would you come around?
Will you be
Trap, would you
around
come
doing?
around for the watch along?
I'll come. I'll come in at halftime. I'll come in at. If I can't come for the whole thing, I'll come in at some point and
Yeah,
give you my
because I would
thoughts.
like me and you to do that watch along together, man.
He's got something for you. Good evening. He's
Yeah.
still very angry at the way Arsenal did him. And if there's one person that's
Yeah,
gonna know
but
how
we
to
did him
plot
dirty,
against you,
right?
would
Yeah,
be
we
him.
did him dirty. Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got to be careful, man. You've got to be careful. You've got to be careful of him, man.
Man. Wait, see, Onome,
Yes, man.
how does Arsenal pick up the pieces? Yeah, how do we pick up the pieces from? Where do we go from here right now?
I'll just tell you now.
Because yeah, we've gotten just a point in about 3 Premiership games. Just a point. Lost against Everton, drew against Brentford. Of course, losing horribly, against Man City. Where do we go from here, Onome?
You go to
players-
Villa Park and get the good evening. That's what happens.
The players,
Get it?
for me, right? Where you
Yeah.
go from here is you give these players the love that they need. They need to feel the love. Let me tell you something, right? You've got young players. You've got sensitive young players in your team as well, right? You've got to give them the love. You guys got to literally clap them and make sure that they feel that you're not only there for the good times, you're there for the sticky times as well. You got to clap them. You've got to make sure that you're still giving them energy. And they go, raw. Swear down, these guys are still proud of us. Okay, I see you. Because you have to understand, right? It was toxic Arsenal before, toxic fans before, right? And now it's positive fans. But is it positive fans just because we're winning? That's what they're thinking. Or are you guys here to stay? Are you guys?
No, listen. Last night, I mean, it's all over social media. Yeah, I saw on someone's podcast someone calling Arsenal players pussies, bruv.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. It's stupid.
And I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, you lot are so. It's not even about being starved. Yeah, it's not even about being starved. Yeah, it's like, how can you not look at you lot's objectives and think, you know what? This was a bit. It was fun while while it lasted. But let's just get to the top 4 sealed.
And then
we can go again.
But then you can understand these fans, yeah, that are that are not happy with bottling it.
Don't stop saying bottling. Stop saying the
No,
word
no, no, no,
bottling.
no, no, no,
Stop.
no, no, no. See, see,
Not
see.
on
No,
your
on
show,
the man.
Tony. You're not gonna be
See,
that guy on this show. Don't
no, no,
say
no.
the
I'm
word
not
bottling.
that guy.
You're
I'm
not
not
gonna be
that
that guy
guy.
on this show,
No, no,
bro.
no, no, no. I'm not that guy. But I'm just saying, you have to sometimes on an emotional level, you have to feel for the fans. And mind you, see, Onome, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. But see, this set of fans, yeah, mostly the new ones. See, it's been 19 years since Arsenal last won a trophy. It's easy for you to say these things because, of course, in recent seasons, in fact, for the past uh, uh, 10, 10 years now, you've dominated English football. You've won league titles. So, the new youth who watch football, understand that City are champions, that City are the team that always win trophies, but for those same set of fans that are at Arsenal, haven't seen a major trophy, within that lifespan. So of course it becomes toxic. Of course, those set of fans know that, you know what, yeah, uh,
You lot are
they've
ungrateful, man.
told us of these glory days, but we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. So sometimes you have to feel for them, on an emotional level, because they're seeing other youths who are growing up with them, same age, same lifespan, and these guys are winning trophies here and there. Even Manchester United still have, a little to shout about. Of course, they've not won the league recently, but at least they cocked up the Europa Cup. That's something for these fans, who are young, to herald, to hold on to. But Arsenal haven't won that major trophy, in the span of 19 years. So sometimes you just have to have an emotional connection with these people and feel what they're feeling right now.
And
And this is a chance that they feel that we're to do something, and it's
and you
crashing before
and
their
you
eyes.
think
So
and you
sometimes you
think the
just have to
best
feel
way.
for them. I'm
I
not saying
understand.
it's correct, but you just have to feel for them.
I get that.
That's all
But
I'm saying.
if you think the best way to now go about this is to start effing and blinding the players and
No,
say
no, no, no.
oh, we've
No.
got to
I didn't say f the players. I'm not that guy. But I'm just saying that you have to feel for this play. You have to feel for this fan base. They're being starved of a proper title run in. They're being starved. From closing up shop and winning the title. So I'm not saying it's totally off. I'm not saying it's totally off. Traps, you can laugh, but
nice, nice, not begging.
Hey, how do I do this? How do I do this?
This title will have you in different emotions. That's what you didn't realize. Just relax and
Hey,
enjoy the ride.
hey, look
Now
at,
you are
hey, look how,
begging
hey, look at these
and you're
man. Look
doing
how starved
emotional.
they look.
You're doing emotional
Look
plea.
how starved
You're
these man
doing,
look. Look at them. Look how
yeah,
hungry they look.
you're doing emotional plea. You're saying, please, God, I beg, oh, by the grace of God, will win it, bro. It's not about
Traps,
that, man.
Traps, you're not normal, bro.
Look at them. Huh? Look at him. He's going.
Just
Look at him. Look at his lips. Look how hungry he is. He's hungry. Starving.
They're
Starving FC.
starving for a trophy.
Starving FC, bro.
Robert starving for a trophy.
listen. Let me give you a solution as well. Let me give you. I said this to Deji Spurs as well, right? When Deji Spurs was on your show, and I said to him, I said, Deji Spurs, I said, listen, you've got a Tesco or Sainsbury's around you. Go and buy a coffee mug. At least that's a cup. Do you understand? You can always do that. You always got the option. We can all have cups, mate. Buy a coffee mug in Tesco or Sainsbury's or I don't know, moonpig.com. Do they do coffee mugs? Something. Do you know what I mean? To console
See, yeah,
yourself because
Traps. what
You know
what's your
what? Listen. You know what?
what's your
You know,
game in the weekend? Yeah,
I'm
what's
being
your
honest
game
with
on the
you, right?
weekend?
Listen, I'm
Yeah,
being honest with you. Yeah, I'm being honest with you. Yeah,
yeah.
I think at this point, yeah, if you lot bottled the league this season, yeah, you lot and Tottenham should just do a peace treaty and just have one team. Just have one team. Just do a peace treaty. Yeah, call it North London FC. You
No,
can
you
take the
see,
best
you
players out of
see,
the rest,
see,
come
you know
together,
what? Yeah,
and
you see
maybe
what? Yeah,
you
you
lot can
see
do
what? Yeah,
something.
Traps. You see, this is my own kind of accountability and responsibility. Yeah, You see how I face judgment like a man. See, yeah, it's just as if I'm going to the Old Bailey and taking my judgment like a man. But when yours come true, yeah, when you go to your own Old Bailey, would you take your own, your own as a man? I hope you show your face around
listen,
here when you take your own losses. But it's
Tony,
okay.
Tony,
It's
Tony,
okay.
let's not do
I
this.
go through the valley of the shadow, and go
Tony,
there. I go to
let's
Old
not do
Bailey
this.
and I take
Wow.
it, I take it, bro. I
Man's going
take
to
it.
the Bible. This is
But
serious.
no problem, man. When it's your turn,
I don't
you make sure you
Thou
take
shalt
yours
fear no evil.
at the Old Bailey with no problems, man. Get ready to take it.
Yeah, but
problem.
Tony, when we lost to you, you asked me to come back on the show, and I came back on the show.
No problem, man.
So why are you even
I
saying?
hope you turn up when Newcastle beat your ass. Of
what's that
course,
got to
in
do
that
with you lot?
final in the Carabao Cup.
What's
I
that
hope
got to
you
do
come.
with bread?
I hope you come in because you'll be the first person I get to
Yeah,
reach.
but what's it got to do with you,
I got
though?
you, bro. I got you on speed dial, bro.
But what's it got to do with you?
Huh? You said,
What's it got to do with you?
bro?
Listen, tomorrow, yeah? You see tomorrow. You know what you've got to do tomorrow? Tomorrow,
What?
you've got to sit on YouTube with a Spurs fan giving you stick. Not me. Yeah?
Oh, is that
Not
Daily
me.
Spurs?
Never, ever. Never
Is
could
Daily
be
Spurs
me.
on tomorrow?
No Spurs fan in this world
Yeah,
could
they're just
ever
coming
give me
tomorrow.
stick.
Tony, you got to let me on that show tomorrow, man. You got to let me on that show tomorrow. I want to speak to him.
You want to speak to him?
We did the show, three of us the last time. You got to let me on that show tomorrow, man.
No. Instead, you join him and fight me. So I need
you
soldiers.
gotta let
I
me
need
know.
soldiers there who will talk to Deji Sports.
Tony, I'm
Not
telling
the
you
one
now,
that will
yeah?
connive with
Tony,
him
Tony, let me tell you this
and
now.
fuck me up.
Let me tell you this now. There's a strict company policy, yeah? We don't take no stick off Spurs people, bro. It's a strict company policy. That doesn't happen here. We don't do that here. Yeah? Here at Manchester United,
but you
we
lot
don't
are
do
talking
that.
as if I've thrown away the title. It's not thrown away yet. Technically, it's not. It's not like that. Technically, I have a game in hand. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see. Let's see.
The table's going to change before your game in hand. Your game in hand is literally going to only bring you to within the same situation you're in now. I'll guarantee you that. That's a guarantee.
Like how?
Listen, they're game in hand FC, man. Don't worry about them, man.
That's a guarantee.
Game in hand FC.
Points on board is better than game in hand. What I'm saying to you is, Tony, in the next 2 games.
Oh, points on board. You remember now how you're not saying points on board. But when I had points on board, you said we're not gonna do anything. No, good. No. I'm enjoying this hypocrisy right now because no. Because you just claimed now that points on board, is the holy grail right now, yeah. But when I had the points on board, you discredited my title, ambition, and credential.
I didn't discredit
Good.
But wait,
good. No, it's nice. So when I bounce back, and there's points on the board, I will need you to eat your words back and accept it that
Listen, there's no bounce back, man. Forget that, man. Forget your bounce back.
Hater. You're a hater. You're a hater.
Hey, who do you think you are? He thinks he's Boris Johnson with his bounce back loads and that.
You know when Tony's. I've never seen Tony like this. I never knew this side of Tony existed.
Humble guy, Tony.
I never knew. Like Tony that I know is very. Oh my god! Wow. I never knew Tony could say stuff like, when I bounce back, take it easy.
The WTT says, Tony, collect your receipts. Clips.
Humble.
Oh my God. Wow. Even Gary, my friend, is even galvanizing the hyenas to even throw clips at me. Even Gary, my great guy. Oh my God, man. See, Traps, yeah, in the weekend, you play against who, please? And let us know what your predictions will look like. But again, I need you on the watch along, man. I need to do a watch along with you on Saturday. But I don't know, since we're not playing, at the same time, why can't we do it together, bro?
Leicester on Sunday, man.
On Sunday, yeah? Then join me on Saturday. Let's do a watch along. Onome doesn't usually do a watch along. If not, I would have brought him in.
I'm playing football on Saturday, bro.
He's playing on Saturday.
I'll come in. I told you I'll come in.
But I want you to start the game and end the game.
Yeah, but
I
you
want it
want
to
me to
be a
start.
full, like, I
Yeah, but
want that portfolio down there.
you start the game. You want me to come in and start the game. I only want to come when Arsenal are losing.
Nah, 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 nah. Let's start the game and do it.
No,
Aye,
I'm joking.
aye.
I'm
If
joking.
you
I'm
wanna,
joking. Listen, I'll
if you
do it.
wanna
I'll
come
do
in
it.
when Arsenal are
Tony,
losing,
listen,
then
Tony.
Okay,
maybe
thanks, man.
maybe you
I'll
Thanks,
should
do it.
man.
I'll
begin the
do it.
game.
I'll do
I
it.
appreciate, because I just really want us to. I want to have that on my portfolio. Like a straight watch along, me and you. So so when things start growing up and things start pushing up, we can take it somewhere different, and any cash we get from there will go on a split. But let's see how it goes anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah. So let's look at Man United, Leicester, right?
I remember you saying that they know that
Yeah,
you're
Man United, Leicester. I expect. I expect us to continue in the form that we've been in. Leicester have got to come to Old Trafford. Old Trafford
Mm,
right now, we've got good form there. I expect us to get a win.
mm, okay, good one. Arsenal have
Good
Aston Villa.
evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We have it, at Villa Park. Onome, what do you think about that matchup? Arsenal, Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Arsenal.
I'll
What do you think?
I'll give you the win. You guys are wounded right now. You can have the win.
Really, you think so?
Yeah, I think you beat them.
Wow, interesting. Traps.
Yeah.
What do you think? Aston Villa. Onome just had a very surprising prediction. Do you think
I
Arsenal
mean,
is going to go into Villa Park and turn Aston Villa over?
I mean, to be totally honest with you, right?
Mm,
Arsenal should be able to go there and get a result. Whether they do or
okay.
not is a different story. I mean, if I was looking at that fixture now, I'd probably say Villa would be lucky to get a draw. But
Okay.
as it stands right now, it wouldn't, like, if Arsenal lost that game, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. So anyway, no props, man. No props. Traps, please shout out your channel and let's go.
Yeah, find me on JSJ TV YouTube, on Instagram, Chaps Booming on Instagram, Chaps Talks on Twitter.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm around, man. Come find me.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, get ready for Traps Booming. It's coming on Saturday, of course. He just accepted right here on the show that he would likely do that show with me on Saturday. So come watch me and Traps. So on Saturday for that watch along crunch watch along. On Saturday, on a man, I want him to be here, but he'll be playing football on Saturday. Onome, shout out where people can find you. I
Yeah,
know
you
what
can,
you say, but just
you can actually find me
tell
these
them.
days. And I'm trying to start a YouTube thing going on as well. So I'm gonna be
Oh, good.
I'm gonna be doing my thing is gonna be different though. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be doing two things. I'm gonna be talking about
Mm,
football, and I'm also going to be just positive vibes, just talking about trading, for
mm.
example, that I do because I do forex
Okay.
trading. So I'm just gonna be doing stuff like that. I'm gonna be doing like giveaways, might be giving away my day's profits and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do
Okay.
something fun with my
Yeah.
channel. It's not gonna be just football. It's gonna be like other things as well.
Other things, trading and stuff like
Trading,
that. Yeah.
trading, basically trading and football and stuff,
And
and just
football.
and
Yeah.
just be positive and just encouraging people to just be positive and just to
Mm,
to 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 go forward and do what you want to do in terms of like if you got any ambitions and stuff like that,
mm.
go for it.
Are you
Don't
gonna
hold
be like
back.
an Andrew Tate?
Pardon?
Are you gonna be like an Andrew Tate?
No. I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna be me. Just my personality. Just
Come
chat
on,
to
man. I like
people.
Andrew Tate, man.
Just chat
I'm
to
an
people.
Andrew Tate guy, so
Just chat to people.
so
What I
good.
what I eventually am going to do is I'm going to have my own sort of Champions League draw live on
Mm,
my channel. This is for the future. This is just ideas that I'm going to have later on. So I'm going to have like Champions League draw, Carling Cup draw,
mm.
FA Cup draw, and the idea to that is the winner of my Champions League draw for my subscribers, for example, would
Mm.
probably get my day profits from trading, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, yeah,
just a bit of
yeah.
twist and turn to what
Twins
I
and
want to do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
So
again, you
I'm
have to
still
have
coming up.
social media. Like you have to have your Instagram, Twitter, all up and running. So of course, when that time comes, you hit me up and let's
Exactly.
get things
Exactly. So
started up.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm always, trying to, put traps, station, wherever I can, of course, traps. Yeah, he just came around and he loves my channel. He likes coming in, so of course, I have to, put him up in different places too. So,
Mhm.
and of course, that's just just a sign to just show that we're in it together, we're in it to win. So of course you have to put up listen where they can find him, put up some of his shows and stuff like that. So we're all in this together, yeah, because all these big channels, they won't help us, they won't do anything for us. So we have to
But the
do
big
it.
channel, the big channel started from small as well. You know, you got to
Yeah,
be
I
committed
know.
to your stuff.
Yeah,
But
I
you're doing
know,
your
but
stuff as well, Tony. You're
see,
committed
yeah,
to your stuff, and you're
see.
doing very well. You got to
No,
keep
see,
going.
but you know what? You know the thing, eh? If I was a big channel, I will have a way of actually helping people from grassroots channels, like
But how do you become a big
not
channel?
lip service, like really help them, really galvanize
and
them, really help,
and and this is what my channel is going to
not
be
just
about.
talk.
This is what my channel is going to be about. My channel is going to be you
Yeah,
literally going to physically see me giving
mm,
out stuff and helping people, helping
and
charities and
helping
stuff
people.
like that. So that's how you
Yeah,
grow. Because
exactly.
I know I've got a lot to give back and stuff. Even it's just
Hmm.
advice and stuff like that. I've got a lot to give back. So
Yeah,
that's what my channel is going to be about anyway. So I'm still coming
exactly.
up with the idea and stuff
Exactly.
like that
How
anyway.
can you
So
be a big channel? Good, you own a big channel, but you talk to these guys in tweets, you talk to them via texting, you talk to them, as friends on phones, but you cannot post them up. You can't post them on your status. Then
mm,
how are you a friend? How do you help these guys?
mm,
How? No, for me, if you're my friend, post me.
mm,
If you're proud of me and what I bring to the table, post me.
mm-hmm,
Help me out, push me out there, not just your own face, but
mm-hmm,
push other people out there too. So
mm,
all these big channels, they don't do any of all those stuff. They don't post to other people, they don't want to help any other person apart from their own channel. So so it's we that are in the middle or lesser channels. We just have to help ourselves and come together and do things to help each other. Because these big channels, I'm sorry, they are only thinking about making money for themselves. They can't do any other thing to help any other person. So there's still some few out there who would literally help you, but majority of them just want to make their own money and they don't care about the little guy, and that's always been the problem. The
yeah,
little guy always bears the brunt. So
yeah.
you know
I hear you.
yeah,
But
but
yeah, man, Tony.
good luck when you start that stuff, and please
I
let me
will
know so I
I will
can be
do.
able
Will
to
do.
be posting it everywhere too. Yeah, Traps, man,
Okay.
thanks for coming to the show, my brother. Thanks. So
See
guys,
you soon,
join
bro.
me tomorrow, guys in the chat. Yeah, join me
Yeah,
tomorrow.
no problem, Tony. No
Deji
problem. No problem.
Deji Sports is coming to Gloat tomorrow, so please join me here tomorrow, 7 p.m. crunch time. See, join me here, 7 p.m. crunch time. Me and Deji Sports will be at it. We'll be at it. It's gonna be a goddamn war because they lost their matchup against Leicester. He hasn't gotten a reality check for that one. Of course, they lost the Champions League match. Against AC Milan 1-0. So, he's coming here to face a chopping block. But of course, because Arsenal also lost against Man City, so it makes it a little bit difficult. But you know what? They just supposed to be here tomorrow. Just join us. Join us and let's see how that goes tomorrow. So thank you everyone for joining us. And guys, yeah, Digi Sports is coming tomorrow on Friday. I might be having a preview show also, the same either tomorrow or a post review show with Ola of the Fight Week channel. Of course, you guys know Ola of the Fight Week channel, a big friend of this channel, lovely guy, owns the Fight Week channel. Go down there and support the Fight Week channel. I'll tell Ola for us to have a post game show this week. And of course, he's a very busy guy. He comes back from work, and then he has to do his own show with the fight week, and there's lots of UFC fights coming up. But I'll try and get him here for the post game show for Aston Villa versus Arsenal. So watch out for that one. That should be on either on Saturday or on Sunday, for that post game show. So to be a very big one. In the weekend also, if Arsenal grind out some results, I might be bringing my good friend Oregon Guna. I'm thinking Onome should be here too, and some other guys who might, try to join me. The Ryan and Claude show will come back on Tuesday next week. The Ryan and Claude show, episode 18, it should be coming back. Ryan got called on a duty, so he won't be here. He's supposed to be here today, but that's why we had this show on Monday. The Gunners and Mag should be coming back because Steve McCullough has been, working his ass off, for this past week. So, and of course he has his own channel and he's doing a lot of things. So, I hope to bring Steve McCullough back for the Gunners and Mags on Monday. On Tuesday, the Ron and Claude show stands. On Wednesday, if there's a Champions League match, which we could also have a watch along on Wednesday. Thursday next week, Deji Sports comes back down here, comes back home for the Minority Report episode 21. Then all of the Fat Week channel could either come on Friday or basically on Sunday. On Friday evening, actually, the Big Gun Show with Craig and the Fan Nation TV's Wizard should be here. So on Friday evening. So those are the flagship shows for now. The Big Guns 3, of course, me, Craig Matthews, and Weezer of the Fan Nation TV. That should be in the evening, mostly 8 p.m. on Fridays, and that's a new show. That's episode 3. So join us. Yeah, those guys, love them to pieces. Great guys. So on Friday, that's a flagship show too. Deji Sports, of course, on Thursdays, flagship show too. The Ron and Claude show, flagship show too. That should come back on Tuesday. Gunners and Mags on Mondays, flagship show too. So we're just trying to push things towards the right direction. I'll be doing lots of shows too with my very, very good friend Matt. Matt the American, the Southern Gooner. I hope to bring in Miss Melina also, Bagav also, for the watch along. So let's see what's going to happen. Take care, guys, and join me tomorrow, 7 p.m. when Deji Sports will be here. Big ups.